Hey up, happy Christmas, happy New Year and all that. It's been a while since the last video, sorry about that. Lots has changed. Lots have stayed the same. Done a lot of things. It's gotten very cold in Britain, obviously. Hence the need for the non-animal skin fur. Bunch of things I've been doing, and it's a good time to do it. Which is setting things up. This has been a dirt cheap old guitar. Back in the days when I used to go to the dump to go and get my guitars. But what I did was I went back to basics. It was Christmas, going around somebody's house, needed to take a couple of guitars, pulled them out from underneath the bed, literally underneath the bed, and decided, heavens, these are rubbish, these need setting up. So, went literally back to basics. They've got Allen keys in there. So, set up the neck, then the frets, then the bridge, then the nut. There's a video that I've been trying to film for about a month about doing the nut, and it's been doing my nut, ahahaha. However, from literally a guitar that was only good enough for playing slide-on badly, this is wonderful. The action's very low, but it's still got enough resonance without sounding too tinny, which is good fun. So I'm going through all my acoustics now. The best fun is getting nut files, which you'll see in the nut video, and bringing the nut back down. It amuses me now that I've had the training and the knowledge, that clearly guitar manufacturers buy a cheap piece of plastic that is shaped to look like a guitar nut, with different spacings there for the different width of strings, and literally glue it in place without so much as a care or a whim as to whether it works and what it's doing. But you can change that with a slightly expensive set of files, admittedly, but they'll pay for themselves. So that's the next video that I'm trying to edit and redo so it's not terrible. The other thing I've been doing is this guitar. Oh, sorry. This guitar. It really is a bunch of kit guitars. Like many people, I got fantastically tempted by seeing kits on eBay and Amazon, and guitar neck for sale, 20 quid. Ooh, can't be bad. Can be, but you can do things to save it. Or guitar bodies, £40. Ash. Ooh, they'll be good. Well, as you can see from this shot of my garage, there's a lot of kit guitars and bits of guitars left there. And we're back in the room. So yeah, there's a lot to go through yet. So this was a bunch of bits of kits that have turned up over the years. This is an ash body that's been sat frankly, in and out of car boots, various garages over the years. What I wanted to do on it was to get a bit of a white stain onto ash. The problem is, nobody really does a white stain for wood. There's various reasons why not, but nobody's really given me a decent one. So I've attempted it with all sorts of things from various manufacturers and from various places, you know, in the retail world, from redoing kitchen cabinets to coloured waxes. So the majority of this is, the idea was to make it look French shabby chic, to forget about the solid colours and all that of guitar worlds. I'm not particularly taken with the fashions in there at the moment. So let's have it a little bit worn. I'm not going to say relic, I don't think that's relevant. A little bit worn, but I wanted a nice solid physical good feeling to it. So it was some paints which were sanded down and into it. Then I got wax, which I've been heating with a heat gun to get it into the timber and polishing that off, and that's where that's been wearing off here to look a bit more worn, unfortunately. But it's given it a really solid finish, which I'm quite pleased with. There's some various things that I've done wrong. I won't show you them, but those could have been drilled a bit better. And the ones that my hands are hiding could have been drilled a lot better. People have said, wow, where did you get the reverse headstock neck? It's just a left-handed one. Interesting bridge. It looks quite a bit like a Granger one. It isn't. I was going to try for the cheap ones and see where we were there. Seymour Duncan lipstick pickups, which I think are fantastic. Plus this scratch plate, which was a pre-wired David Gilmore style one, which means that you can click the neck pickup on in all positions. So if we go there and position, I presume 2, there we are, that's all the pickups on at the same time. Does it make a difference? Not a lot really, sorry. Locking tuners. Yet again, I didn't go for the most expensive ones, but I went for, you know, Homer Simpson's favourite, second least expensive.
Son, another bottle of your second least expensive champagne.
And they seem to work okay. I've used the cheapest ones you can find on eBay from China, and they're terrible. These are the second cheapest and not from China, although their original manufacturer probably was. And they're okay. They lock. They do the job. What am I wanting to change on this? A little bit of the neck pocket, sorry, not the neck pocket, but the neck join, which is just a bit lumpy. Want to probably put some string trees up here to bring those down. And somebody who's tried it out said, why didn't you make the neck white like this as well? Which is a jolly good idea. So that might happen in the future. What does it sound like? What I'm playing through is a new amp, which I've been I picked up about a month ago, which is a bit good really. as you can hear quite obviously, it's got some reverb, it's got delay built in and quite a bit of chorus. It is down there. So it's a Fender Deluxe VM, vintage modded, so it's about 10 years. Behind it, which you can't see, is an actual Fender Deluxe Reverb 2. So the hand-wired Paul Riviera 80s valve amp. But this is a valve amp with digital effects on it. So if we kick off the delay and the reverb, you can hear, you know, quite nice. So a beautiful Fender chorus to that. Delay. Or but most important of all is the only effect that really matters with a Fender, which is a little bit of reverb. And of course it goes to stupid levels because it's digital. Which I always think it's a bit of a shame. It seems to suck the front end out of the sound, but there we go. And yes, there is a gain channel. What do we got? So it sounds pretty much like a Strat to me. I like it. It's kind of what I've wanted from a Strat for a Stratty sound. Because of the lipstick pickups, you've got a little bit more harshness, especially on the bridge. Nice and sort of biting, but not harsh. The most important thing is cut my nut, and that's what the video was going to be all about originally, out of Corian, and it makes such a difference with the action after all. Ho ho ho! Hello, corrections and addendums. Things I meant to point out about building this, which I didn't, but I've looked through the footage and I missed it out. So, should you build a kit guitar? Well, if you're starting off, probably. I would not buy bits from different places because they're not going to fit. So, for example, this neck didn't fit this body, and this bridge didn't fit the body and the scratch plate. So I had to make little changes and alterations all the way throughout putting this together. Frankly, buying a body, I think is a bit of a waste unless you particularly want a Stratocaster body or a Telecaster body or a Les Paul or whatever you're making. Making your own body is a piece of cake, takes no time at all, it's very easy. There is a guitar I'm about to make which will show you that. It's going to have a bolt-on neck, or maybe I'll glue it in from online somewhere because of the nature of the neck. It'll all become clear in the future. But yeah, this is a good fun guitar, but none of the bits fitted. So I mean, not even the tuning pegs, they were the wrong size. It was a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. If you're going to buy a kit, buy it all from the same people. Toodaloo. Places. I spent ages making sure the neck was flat. Then I went and did every single fret properly. It was all sort of ground down, one by one, over a long time. And doing the fret ends properly. Then getting the bridge in place, and then doing the nut. And it makes a difference, it really does. It turned what should have been a genuinely shitty guitar into something that's a pure joy to play. It might not be to everybody's taste visually or even acoustically, but it certainly sings and it makes the right noises and it feels great. There's a couple of guitars that are needing to be worked on, so have a look at that. But what's next? Well, there's a couple of kit guitars that I'm going to work on. You can see those kits. So what's next? I was thinking double humbucker Telecaster with a Gretsch with a Bixby style trem. That sounds like fun. Maybe that's next. There is somebody challenged me online about a guitar, and yeah, I'm not very good with not rising to challenges, so I'm taking that challenge, and that will be a long video as to built from scratch guitar. Anyway, sorry I haven't been making videos as much. Next one's going to be the nut one. How you can make your own nut and completely save your guitar, make it sound better. Happy Christmas! See you soon.